What's one that would be like one of the longest like rehab sessions you would have to go through? You know,
Bone shatters are pretty tough.
oof.
I've had a couple.
Not even a
I've
break,
had one
bone shatter.
specific that this guy was an absolute warrior. He had a like a vending machine fell on him. I don't know how. I don't remember why. I remember trying
Freak
to
accident.
like trying to approach this question of this guy.
He was
and
the guy
he
trying to
shattered.
put his
So he shattered his leg, and he had the Alex Smith halo. And so I don't know
man.
if anyone's seen that. I'm sure some of you have, but Alex Smith, when he broke his leg, had they're called halos, and they have like circle rings, and they have like metal rods connecting it, and they actually have metal rods going into your leg, holding your bone in place. So that's what those do. They're connected to your bone on the inside to keep it in place. So a lot of time you have a plate in there and stuff. And so what they did was they put a rod, and they puzzle pieced as much as they could his bones to this rod. And they used
Try to let it kind of
so they
together.
used the things to hold the rod in place so that they could heal with it.
Ugh.
And so this guy, man, we had him for 12 to 15 months. I want to say we had him for sure for more than a year, because I remember going back in, and I remember seeing him walk again in like his like special boot, and I was like, dude, this is the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's
like,
what I'm saying.
I've known this guy for like a year now, like
just
completely
working hard,
obliterated, shattered. So like a bone shatter is probably the toughest thing, but I'd take a regular bone break over a torn ligament or muscle any day.
Really?
Yeah, because it's harder. It's once it heals the calluses, it's harder. Like it's strong. Your bone is stronger.
Got it.
When you like tear a muscle and stuff, a lot of the time, it's easier for you. You can't really control the pressure you put on your bone, but you can control like you're gonna be tentative if I like go to cut this way and I tore my hamstring 2 or 3 times. I might like be even more careful with it. In which usually just like anyone who's played like a sport, if you play like thinking you're gonna get hurt, you're gonna get hurt. So it's the same thing with that with like bones or ligaments and things like that. It's just a little touchy. Anyone who's had like a torn ACL or something like that, the first time you cut on it, you're like very careful, and it just like throws your whole body off. And if I got a broken bone, I like land on it, I'm like, all right, cool, like.
Okay, so it's more for you. It's like I'd rather have a bone break than.
Yeah, because I know once it's good, it's good. It's stronger once it comes back. So that's like
good to know.
That's like that's a weird misconception that people have. They're like, oh yeah, at least I did this instead of break my bone. I'm like, well,
tell you
not
the
that
truth.
bad.